In related news, South Africa has some of the highest road traffic injuries and fatality statistics in the world. Each year, millions are killed or injured on our roads. 18,000 people are killed annually and 150 others are severely injured. Now, this is according to the Medical Research Council statistics. But joining us in studio to tell us more about accidents on South African roads is Mr. Tiani Rekgotso. He's the spokesperson for the Department of Transport. Tiani, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being with us on PM News.
Good afternoon and thanks for the invitation.
Now, Tiani, shocking stats indeed, but what were the actual findings of the report on the fatalities and accidents during Easter weekend? Give us the numbers.
Well, we are quite saddened and disappointed that despite all the plans that we had and all the efforts that we put in place, in particular from an enforcement point of view, we continue to see a lot of people dying on our roads, and I need to mention unnecessarily. I say so because most of the crashes or accidents, as they are known, could have been avoided. Here I'm talking about instances where people deliberately drink and then go and drive. Here I'm talking about people who drive at excessive speeds. We're talking about people who knowingly take unroadworthy vehicles onto the roads, in particular public transport vehicles, where at any given time there's a risk of at least 15 lives perishing at a go. So we believe that there is a need for us as government to relook our plans, the kind of plans that we have, in particular when we approach festive seasons, such as the December holidays and the Easter long weekend. But equally, there is a need for society to take responsibility because if we talk about things that can be avoided, it means that we're talking about human factors, things that people can easily take a conscious decision, do a risk assessment of your conduct before you get into your car. So there is a collective responsibility on the part of government and on the part of those who use the roads. And when we talk about road users, not only limited to motorists, people who drive the cars, passengers and pedestrians alike have an equal responsibility to ensure that they contribute towards this initiative of reducing the number of people who die on our roads. So we have noted a number of things which continue to be a problem and major concern. We're talking about drinking and driving. In fact, one of the major contributing factors to the 283 deaths that we've reported are people who drank alcohol excessively, and then after that they saw it fit to get behind the wheels of cars. And sometimes, sadly so, it's not only them who are in those cars, but you have other passengers as well. We understand they may have taken a deliberate decision to drink as a group and say they can do it, but what about the lives of other road users who abide by the rules of the roads at all times? You unnecessarily put the lives of other people at risk by your bad behavior. Secondly, we've had the issue of head-on collisions, where people are impatient. People are not willing to exercise courtesy on our roads. A person believes that they can get from Pretoria to Polokwane, they can do it in an hour and a half's time. What's the rush about? So those are some of the things that we believe that if indeed we got to a point where all of us stopped pointing fingers at certain quarters, all of us took collective responsibility of what must happen on our roads, we'll be able to turn the corner. But for as long as people continue to believe that it's the sole responsibility of government to reduce the number of people who lose their lives on our roads, then we are going nowhere slowly.
Let's expand on that point, Tiani. There's a huge public outcry that rather than offering to bury the victims of road carnage, government should work on preventing the road accidents. What measures will the department embark on, since you did say that somewhere in enforcement there was a bit of a lack?
Look, there are three things that we usually look at when we assess the problem that we are faced with so far as the road carnage is concerned. Firstly, it's the issue of enforcement, which is a sole responsibility of government. We try by all means to make sure that we are at all strategic corners of the country, in particular areas that have been identified as so-called hotspots. We know that come Easter long weekend, the traffic volumes always increase on the N1, N3 and N4. And those who have driven on those roads, along those roads this past Easter weekend, will know that we were there. However, South Africa has about 11 million registered vehicles versus just under 20,000 traffic officers.
Jeez.
It is not possible to ensure that we monitor the behavior of each and every road user. So hence, therefore, we equally rely on the contribution and self-consciousness of those who use the roads to do the right thing. We look at the issue of awareness or educational campaigns where we remind people of the responsibilities that come with being in possession of a driver's license. Because a driver's license is a property of government. We give it to you for a period of 5 years, and there are terms and conditions that accompany that particular arrangement. So, but we see it fit from time to time to remind people of the things that they need to do and the things that they mustn't do in order to avoid the kind of bloodbath that we see on our roads. And thirdly, there's the issue of engineering, which speaks to the road surfaces and all of that, which we attend to from time to time. We are quite confident that if we have the nation partnering with us on these three aspects, we'll be able to turn the corner.
Tiani, look, the issue of taxi drivers and their seemingly lack of adherence to road rules is quite worrying. Public perception is that the department isn't hard enough on them. Hence, they make up a huge percentage of road accidents. Any new plans to enforce more adherence, particularly on taxi drivers? I
think we'll be making a grave mistake to want to reduce everything to taxi drivers. Yes, they do play an important role, and we've been made aware, and we are aware of the challenges that face that particular industry. People who are inadequately trained, people who not only are inadequately trained so far as driving is concerned, but just mannerisms in general. Courtesy, knowing that a road is a public space which must be shared equally among all the users. We are addressing all those issues with the relevant authorities, taxi organizations. However, as I indicated, we'll be making a grave mistake. In fact, we'll be shifting goalposts if we're to want to. Yes, because if you look at the number of crashes that we have recorded over the Easter long weekend, you have sedans, you have buses, you have trucks. So it will be wrong for us to depart from a point of view that says a particular category of road users or a set of vehicles are the ones Yes, we do need to attend to challenges as and when they arise, but we cannot point fingers at one quarter.
All right. And before I let you go, there was a suggestion that if the department could establish a website where motorists and even other people can take pictures of traffic offences and actually upload them on that website. Please take this to the minister for us. Will you do that? Most definitely.
We have the Road Traffic Management Corporation, which is there for exactly that. They do our operations so far as road traffic management is concerned. It's something that we have had, and then we'll make sure that our facilities do accommodate that kind of a service, because indeed we do need the partnership of the nation for us to be able to win the battle against road carnage.
Tiani, thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. That was Mr. Tiani Rekgotso, who is the spokesperson for the Department of Transport, talking to us through their plans to try and reduce road carnage in our roads during any time of the year.